Big.
Our season's on the clock.
Our future's on the clock.
Our legacy is on the clock.
NFL draft, Detroit Lions, Chicago, Las Vegas, Pittsburgh Steelers. Like,
Yeah!
That's the one!
That's the pick!
You know, I'm going with Nate Wiggins. I think he's a solid pick. He's a raw athlete. Running 4.5, can play man, can play man, and can play zone. He's coming from usually, Clemson defensive players are really, really good. They're well coached. And the way I'm looking at it is, you can't bring Marlon Humphrey back at that where his cap hit is, where his number is. He's just not effective as he used to be. He's injury prone now, so you got to get young at that position. Got Brandon Stevens on one side. It's a guy that come in that he breaks on the ball. He can get to the quarterback. He can blitz. He can do everything. He can play coverage. He can defend. He has great length. Pause. He can get his hands on the receiver. He get his hands on the receivers. So it's definitely a pick. But I think with him, because he's such a great athlete, because he is so fast, I think he would have to fall. I could see him coming off the board early, especially for a cornerback needy team. So he would have to fall. But watching the film on him, and you can see in this clip, like, he's all over the field. He has the size. You want your cornerbacks to be that 6'2". I like the cornerbacks that don't have a lot of stats. They scared to throw at him. There's a reason why. I mean, they always judge cornerbacks by how many interceptions they got. Now I judge them by how many times a quarterback looking to throw at him. Like, I don't want you to throw at him. And he didn't have his stats. He only had 2 picks because they didn't throw at him. They literally didn't throw at him. So he's a great athlete. I'm looking for him to drop. Like, the only way there's going to miss he drop. He might be gone off the board, but there's a lot of cornerback needy teams. I'm looking at Detroit. They may take him. If Pittsburgh don't take a center, they may take him. There's a lot of cornerback needy teams. But he's a great pick. Like I said, his weakness is he's just a raw athlete. And with athletes, they get overconfidence. They think they can make up speed or whatever. So sometimes he do get out of position. But other than that, he has all the intangibles. He can make any play. Like I said, he can play in man. His strength is playing his zone coverage. He can read the quarterback. He follows the quarterback eyes a lot. But yeah, I want the Ravens to go cornerback. And if they are going to go cornerback, I really do like Nate Wiggins.
Wouldn't be opposed to corner in the first round. Also, I'm sure as we go and this grows, we'll probably talk about offensive line in the first round too, because we got a ton of holes there. But I mean, listen, we do need somebody to take the baton from Marlon. We do need some young, athletic energy in the secondary to complement people like Stevens, to complement the Kyle Hamiltons of the world, and also just have a guy that hopefully can take and shut down one side of the field. I really like it when Marlon's in the slot. Brandon Stevens has become a very physical outside corner who has shown the ability to play well for extended stretches. And then you add somebody like Wiggins on the other side, man. I mean, it just make our pass rush that much better. And hopefully we could grow on some of those principles that Mike has left, because it seems like Zach Orr, he's going to want to blitz a lot. And he called it organized chaos. The organized part is having people in the secondary that can cover. So that'd be cool.
He back-to-back all ACC first team. So he got the accolades there. He's a player. He's definitely a player. He has the speed. 6'2", run 4.5. You can't ask for better intangibles than that right there.
The thing I like about it, I mean, you're in a division with George Pickens, Jamar Chase, if T. Higgins sticks around, Amari Cooper. So you're gonna need an athlete like that to complement Brandon Stevens, like you said. So I like him a lot. I like what I saw from him. And like you said, you coming from Clemson. One thing about Clemson defensive players outside of what was his name? Cleveland. I don't want to. I'll find out what his name was. From
Cleveland Farrell.
Yeah, who went to the Raiders.
And he's turned his career around.
Yeah, he's turned it around. But outside of that, most of their first round picks produce in the NFL. So they come from good stock down there.
Outside of being
coach down there.
Outside of being a raw talent, you said if he falls, what would be the reason to you if he does fall? Would it be tackling? I seen he had 25 tackles. That first clip that Keith showed, he was on a blitz. What would be a reason that he would fall?
I mean, it not because it wouldn't be because of him. It'd be based on team need. I think what teams need. And it is I'm not gonna say it's a heavy cornerback draft, but there's some decent first round cornerbacks that should go before him. So it'll just be based on team need. But he might be the first corner taken off the board. He could be potentially the first corner taken off the board. Iowa got a good cornerback too. That he's up there or whatever. But I think Nate is a better of an athlete.
Yeah. Okay.